Oh, shit. That was an... what do we say, Rick? What do we say? Before we get into it, though, and, we always like to leave it time for people to build up.
We do.
Start watching, but holy shit. I shouldn't be swearing so much, but that was... I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like, it's a show. It's just exponentially getting better and better and better. It is just unbelievable. But before we get started, though, we have got a guest tonight. Let's add him through. This is Josh.
There he is. Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Josh.
What's going on?
Not much, but obviously we're all in the same mindset at the moment, I would suggest.
Oh, definitely.
What an incredible episode of Wandavision.
Amazing. Absolutely Rick, amazing.
What did you think?
Mate, it was balls out, mate. Amazing. It was just, oh, man, I was on the edge of my seat on this one with a lot of things. So, yeah.
There's a lot to unpack.
A lot. So,
there's absolutely a lot to unpack. So, we I don't know where to start here, guys, because I want to talk about the end straight away.
All right.
And remember, everybody, this is a spoiler. We've watched it. We're going to talk about exactly what we've seen.
That's it.
And I don't care. I'm not going to wait for it. What the hell was going on in the end there? We had the X-Men Quicksilver.
No, Urban Peters.
Yeah.
Recast as the MCU Quicksilver.
Yeah, that came out of left field. That was insane. Like, in no way, shape, or form would I ever expect that.
I don't think that.
My mind is absolutely just perplexed with this. Is this alluding to the fact that we've got are they going to somehow multiverse with the old X-Men universe?
Oh, I think it is a nod to the fact that they now own that X-Men universe is now part of their universe, I guess. Yeah. Even though it's more of like a multiverse thing, and I kind of think that's what they're getting at. I doubt it'll be kind of like a crossover thing where we have those X-Men are like in the MCU. I think it was just a nod at the fact that they are now kind of a part of their own multiverse, I guess.
Yeah, look, I'd have to agree with that, Josh, 100%. I think it is a nod. But, gee, it makes you think of the possibilities of where they're going. Like, to throw that as a cliffhanger, you know? Rick, your jaw must have dropped.
Mate, when that came out, I was like, what the hell is going on here?
I've got a question for you, Rick. In the trailer, because I haven't watched that mid-season trailer.
Yes.
Was that shown?
I watched that. No, that was not shown.
He wasn't in it.
All right. Watched that.
No.
What did you fall onto it and you press play? And it's like, I can't turn it off.
But yeah. No, he was not. No. Definitely not. No.
Yeah, well, okay, we've started right at the end, and we'll dig into that a bit more again later. Let's probably go back to the beginning of the episode, which for me, Rick, and I don't know about you, pure genius. Family Ties opening.
Family Ties. That was, straight away.
Absolutely perfect. I was cacking through that because I thought it was just so on point and so expertly done. And then... And I'm thinking, I'm having a good time with this. I'm laughing. And, mate, straight away, the show goes, they don't muck around. Bam.
Yeah, like scene after, it's Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So, in the beginning, I thought we were going to get another full episode. It seemed
full 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, is that what you thought?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we were going to have full 80s because she came out in that aerobics gear and they're like, yeah, this is 80s. We're all ready to go.
Yeah.
And then bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Switched it again.
Yeah, but it didn't take long in the episode for him to start to show there's something very different now going on. Like the integrity of the shows is getting weaker and weaker as she seemingly is losing control, I would suggest, because everything is not working perfectly.
Yeah,
and we indicated that very
definitely
early on.
Seems to, like, now he's fallen like, okay, seriously, what are you doing? Something's not right.
Well, right at the end of the episode, by the end of the episode, Vision is now fully aware of something is really wrong.
Yeah.
But and if you want to get into that, I mean, how messed up? Seriously, how messed up is to think about? She broke in.
Oh, that was
it 9 days after?
9 days.
No, 9 days ago from that current point.
Yeah, 9 days before.
And stole the corpse of Vision.
But the weird thing is,
zombie Vision.
He was
like taken apart. He was like Frankenstein's monster in a way, and then she reassembled him, which is insane.
It's insanely dark, you know. And that's probably the theme of this episode, really. It is a lot of dark material in this. A really dark, like an overall sense of, I mean, the fact that you find out that when she's possessing people, they're suffering, they're in pain, they're terrified. I mean, that's messed up. I mean, the whole concept of that is just absolutely horrific.
Yeah, so they're like aware that they're being mind controlled. So they're like stuck inside their own body.
Yes, almost like a witness. That's how kind of Monica explained it to me. Well, how I took it is that you're kind of a witness to this, but you're suffering and in pain. Almost like, you know, those people that have that sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah. I've had that before. Terrifying.
And that's how I took it anyway. I thought they're really taking a swing for the fences here.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Rick, your thoughts on it? I mean, really dark themes in this episode.
Oh, yeah, huge. But then it kind of makes you wonder, what about their families? Where are they? Because he was saying, like, he's got to ring his wife, he's got to ring when Vision took it out of it. Where are they?
Well, we know one thing. There's no kids.
That's what I mean.
No kids. No kids.
So that makes me think that she's either leaving the kids out of it or something's not really right there either.
The thing that I want to know is her kids are Tommy and Billy. Are they actually real, or because that's what I'm really confused about? Because she's controlling Vision's dead body. So how would she be able to make kids? That's what I really want to know.
Well, she can warp reality and bend reality and create anything from nothing. So, I mean, she's that powerful. And the fact that she's like, Monica said in the episode, she goes, well, everything in there, it's real. Like, they're real, kind of.
Okay.
So even though outside of that reality, I don't think they would exist. That would be my bet, that they don't exist. You know,
like that'd be really
universe, but not any other.
Like that'd be really interesting. So if they cross over the throshhold, would they just like cease to exist? Like kind of like a Thanos snap, they just disintegrate.
I reckon that would be my guess. If I was to say that, and I think that will be tragedy. You know, but it's. I mean, where this show goes, I mean, it's definitely going to lead towards a massive tragedy. There's no doubt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
And the ramifications of this show will have consequences throughout. Well, you know that she's going to be in our Doctor Strange, so that's going to be nuts.
I think we're all fully aware. Anyone's a fan that Phase 4 main theme running throughout a few of these movies is about the multiverse. Yeah, and this is the beginning of that plot. Yeah. So of course. I'm just so shocked that we've kind of gone for certain aspects so quickly. Like the fact that we've gone for Quicksilver like that. And we've recast him and
but
knowing that the audience has a relation, the hair's the same as he was in.
And he's wearing a leather jacket as well.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
I just can't get over that. It's just absolutely gobsmacked me that they did that. So, But anyway, back to what's going on. You know, Agnes just gets more mysterious as we go along. There's nothing clear about her character. Except the fact that she is in on it, and we get that explained to us. Which when that really awkward. Oh, should we just take it again?
Yeah.
Like it was
like a blooper. Yeah.
Redo the shot as if they're filming it.
Yeah.
And then
that's when you get a real sense of, well, she knows.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, she's really the only recurring character in the show besides Wanda and Vision. So
and Wanda seems to be okay with her knowing.
Yeah. So
That's
I definitely think that she's taken advantage of the situation in a way. She's definitely doing something behind the scenes. I don't think she's in control, but she's definitely doing something.
Yeah, without question. What it is, we just don't know at this stage. But Rick, are you now convinced that Wanda's doing all this?
Oh, I'm convinced now. This episode, clearly,
after this episode, it's her. It's her. It's her grief. I mean, because they say it. What is behind? It's like grief.
Yeah. So when you said when she came out, and then she said that no one's going to leave her at her home. That's her home. That's what she called it. And then she just basically said, "Leave me alone." And then she pointed all the guns and everything at the one dude.
But it's interesting because this is all happening over a very short time period too. Like 9 days, right? 9 days since the anomaly appeared. Yeah. Probably 3 or 4 days after that before they actually had contact with it. Yeah. This period of time since Sword's been engaged would be, 3-4 days tops?
I
think
so. Well, plus it takes place, is it 3 weeks after the snap where everyone was brought back?
I think so. It's a short time frame. It's before Spider-Man anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So this is still very recent after Endgame. So Wanda hasn't been able to deal with the loss of Vision, and she must have had some sort of huge psychological breakdown and caused this. Because even in the episode, she says, "Well, at the start, I didn't know what was happening." So she doesn't.
Do you think that's a legit comment though, or do you think that's her just trying to appease the situation with Vision?
Or I think
it seemed honest. It seemed honest.
I think she was honest because during the movies, with this is really the only time where we've seen her powers of this magnitude. She's taken over an entire town and she's manipulating hundreds of people. So I think she's definitely gotten more powerful. Thousands. Yeah. She's definitely gotten more powerful. So I think as her power's growing, she doesn't really know how to control them, I don't think.
Well, didn't they say that in the show? Didn't they say that in the show that she could defeat Thanos?
Yeah.
She
made him tap out.
They just backed that up. They just doubled down on that comment to go, no, she could,
We've just got a comment, guys.
Go for it. What are you doing there? Valzion, theory, Wanda can't get his brother's body back to bring him back to life, so she recasts him. This helps conclude Herb's missing word with dead. Making Wanda bring back the entire town. Interesting theory. I like that first bit, to go back to that. Wanda can't get her brother, basically can't get the body, so she can't visually bring him back.
Yeah,
so she just recast him, and he just happens to look like Quicksilver from.
Yeah, well, we know that she's controlling people's bodies. Yeah, definitely. So because she can't get access to real Pietro, she has to.
Because that was a running thing. Evan Peters is the fact that, and the kids bring it up.
Yeah,
and the kids bring it up yes, I had a brother, and so it's always been in her mind. They've been doing that over the last couple of episodes, kind of putting the whole brother situation. Because remember, she isn't just grieving for Vision, and she is definitely not at the moment because she's denying that by literally puppeting his corpse, people. Around in that reality, which is so messed up.
And then the kid said that, when the dog died, they said, "Well, Mum, you can bring anyone back to life."
Yeah, so she must have some control over life.
Which is also a weird point that she doesn't seem to have control over those kids.
No,
she doesn't have control. So what are they then? If she doesn't have control and they're independent. It gets
independent.
Weird. I mean, it's what a great episode. It just makes you ask more questions.
Yeah, every question just had with every answer that we get 3 more questions. It's insane.
It's absolutely nuts, mate. My head is spinning. Before we go on to the next phase of this live after show of Wandavision, we always like to take a break.
We do.
We do that. We always like to do that. We like to play a little game. We're gonna. Well, I won't announce it yet, but it's time, guys, to play. How well does Rick know?
Oh, I thought we were doing. I thought we were doing.
All right, no, we're doing both.
Oh, we're doing both.
We're doing both, mate. We're going to split it
dude,
up.
I thought we were doing the one.
This is going to be interesting.
So what I have here, the audience, is a pack of cards based on the MCU, which are trivia cards, all right? I got them free as part of this thing I bought one day. But anyway, they're really fun, and the questions are actually a little bit tough. So let's just quickly get through this, and then, boom, straight back into Wandavision. Let me put on my special reading glasses for these. I get really excited about this. This is one of my favorite things. So I'm going to shuffle the deck, and I try to be as fair as possible, people. So I'm not going to be cheating in any way, because I think all these ones are challenging a little bit. So I'm just going to take.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter, does it? Does it? There you go. What is that one? Oh, Infinity War. We're going to be focusing on Infinity War, okay? So here we go. So it's recent, Rick. It's recent.
With Josh?
It is recent, yeah.
No, you do not. Josh,
no lifeline with Josh. All right.
You can't find a friend. That's not fair.
You can't find a friend?
Right, here we go. Okay, ready? We're going to start off. Why are my glasses are crooked? Here we go. What cosmic event does Wong claim created the Infinity Stone? What cosmic event created the Infinity Stones, Rick?
The
Wong
Bang.
says it, man. Bingo. Correct.
Bang.
Ding, ding, ding. 1 out of 1 straight away, Rick.
Big Bang.
The Big Bang. How many Infinity Stones are there?
6.
Oh, yes. Correct. Rick, you are on a tear, mate. Here we go. Which object conceals the second Infinity Stone to be claimed by Thanos?
Which
object
conceals
the second Infinity Stone to be claimed by Thanos? The second Infinity Stone.
The second cube. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Come on, start with a T, Rick.
The Tesseract. Thank you.
Tesseract. Brilliant. You got it correct. 100%. Because he walks into Infinity War already having one of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I think he's got the Space Stone at the start.
You are on fire tonight, Rick. I
know. Your brain's working this day.
I can't believe this. Here we go. This one is. I'll read that one. From whom does Thanos claim the Reality Stone? So where did you get the Reality Stone from? The Reality Stone. Do you remember what the Reality Stone does?
Yeah.
Reality Stone. Certainly a big part of one of their films. A big part. One of their more risky affair, if I may say so. But here we go. Come on. We're going to get moving. I'm keen to talk more WandaVision here.
It's just I've got this scene in my head, and
come on. What color do you think it is? Go for the shot for the color.
It's red. No, is it red?
I'm not commenting.
I'll look at my gauntlet.
Table there anyways.
I've got the gauntlet on there. It's red. It's got to be.
Is that your final answer?
What is it?
Do you know what it was?
What was it?
Well, the Reality Stone was the one from The Collector.
Oh. The Collector.
So it's a purple color.
No, it's red.
It's red. So it was right.
It is red.
It's red. Yeah. You remember because that's when Peter Quill and Drax go to attack him, and he's like, "Oh,
that disappears.
Snap." Yeah.
Oh no, that's right. When he snaps it back.
Yeah.
I was still didn't get it anyway, so you're not getting that right. Okay. Because you've been doing really well. You got one wrong, but here's the last one. All right. What is the Soul Stone? Now we know which the Soul Stone is. What is the Soul Stone's location that Gamora reveals to Thanos to protect Nebula. I'll repeat that for you. What is the Soul Stone's location that Gamora reveals to Thanos to protect Nebula?
So that's where Red Skull was. The name of that place.
Yeah. The location. I know. I knew it. I'm just checking. It's they say it quite a lot in the movies.
Do they?
In the Avengers movies, Infinity War and Endgame, the name is dropped a few times. But I'm going to put my old whoops.
What does it start with?
How about a hint? It's a V.
Huh? Oh, well.
No.
Maybe we just leave it like it's a cliffhanger. There's your hint, all right? We'll leave it like a cliffhanger.
No.
You done? You can't get it.
I've got a blank. No, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah. Now it's come to me. Yep.
Gamora thing to you. Anyway, that was it. That was the end of How Well Does Rick Know the MCU? You did really well this week.
We go 4, 5, 3.
There you go, mate.
4.
All right, let's get kicking back into it. Yes, all right. Now, again, I think one of the most fascinating things about this episode too is poor Vision. Like my heart breaks for him watching this episode, and the more and more goes along, he's probably the most tragic character out of all this. He didn't raised from the dead.
He's just a puppet.
He didn't put it.
Say in the episode specifically,
requested. He didn't want him to be a weapon for anyone.
Yeah, he didn't want to be brought back as a weapon, and that's exactly how he's being. Well, yeah, he's being used as
something.
Well, just a puppet to kind of hide Wanda's real reality. You know, were you shocked that she actually took an appearance out of her zone? That was a badass scene.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And the thing that I liked about that scene is that she actually had her accent back, which was gone from the past. What, like 2 to 3 movies? She actually had her accent back, which I liked.
She's absolutely because she's
So do you think that maybe symbolizes more of a regression back towards her being evil, like at the start of Ultron?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I think there's a raw and power there. I mean, look how quickly she turned all those soldiers under her power.
Oh, straight away.
Straight away. It was unbelievable. Well, looks like, hey, Rick, do you want to start pumping through some of these comments? I think we've got...
Yeah, we've got a few here. We got another one here.
Valzion says, why would Agnes stop Herb from telling Vision? Because he would not like to know that Wanda disobeyed his wishes. Yeah, 100%. There'd be a real fear-based thing going on there. So the reason that neighbor who was cutting through that brick wall in the other episode didn't say anything is because Agnes may be protecting him. Because they certainly seemed aligned. So, yeah.
Well, he was obviously going to say that everyone in here is dead. So then if he says that, then Vision knows that, well, what do you mean everyone's dead? It would have been a very traumatic for Vision, even though he's really fantastic.
No, it's worse, Joshua. Not everyone's dead in there. Only Vision's dead. Well, you're saying that they were going to say that to him. You're dead, Vision.
Yeah.
Bowsion's got another theory here. Pump it down. Then the next theory is that Agnes knew about Wanda and Vision, hence why she is always looking in on them. Like she said in the sink scene I saw from my window.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely always watching them.
Always.
Like 24 hours a day.
Yeah, and I think the question is which side of the fence she sits on. Is she an antagonist or a protagonist? Is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy in basic sense?
Oh, I definitely think an antagonist, definitely.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because because whenever she comes in, she plays into Wanda's she plays it into the reality that she's made. She's not trying to help at all. She's trying to keep Wanda inside. So definitely something's wrong.
But I mean, like, you could argue the theory that she's playing along because she's fully aware of the power that Wanda has. So she could be protecting everybody by playing along.
That's a good theory as well.
She knows who Wanda is and what she can do.
She seems to be the only one, and seems to be very subservient. She has the answer to every problem that happens in the sitcom.
Yeah,
you know,
every episode she has an answer for them in some way.
Yeah, but the bizarre one, the one that threw me out, is the dog dying. Like, I couldn't understand what was behind that. Like, you brought the dog into the episode, but you killed the dog in the same episode.
Was that just to show that?
Did Wanda do that?
No, I reckon that was.
Yeah.
I reckon that was.
I think she did. Because then that led into this. Because in that scene, both Billy and Tommy say that she has control over life. So why didn't she just bring the dog back?
I don't. Yeah. All I know is, like, actually, I kind of mentioned this before. I didn't really kind of finish my thought before about Vision, the suffering Vision's going through. Man, how tragic is he? Like, I can't get over this. I mean, he didn't be asked for dead, and he knows bit by bit by bit, painfully, that things are not right.
Yeah, because he can't remember anything since before he was in the show with her. He has no memory beforehand.
What a great scene for them to both arcing up and actually starting
that was
to
good.
Get ready for a showdown. Was
and it was the first time that you've seen Vision like actually angry. Like, he was yelling at her.
Yeah. Absolutely. It was well, mate, I don't know where I mean, the sad part is this is it, isn't it? I mean, we don't get to see Vision after this show.
I highly doubt it. Yeah, no, highly doubt it.
That's sad, because as an actual superhero, I really enjoy him, and I like him being part of, like, Civil War. He was fantastic being part of that.
Yeah.
And every time he's in the movies from Ultron onwards, it's just I like the character. He's very balanced. He's very, focused and precise. But we seem a bit unhinged here, and that's what I love too. She goes, "I've never seen you like this before," and he goes, "Because I don't know who I am." What a scene that is! You've got, like, it's just mind blowing,
and he's probably acting differently because he no longer has the Mind Stone as well. I think.
Well,
I mean, what is he though? I mean, is she literally? This is what it is. Is in reality he's just a lifeless corpse?
I think so. Yeah.
Reanimated with her kind of reality of what he's like. The personality he's expressing, is that just a complete figment of Wanda's imagination? In the sense that it's real, it's a reality because she's made it. But that's not his personality. Is that Wanda's perceived perception of his personality?
I think so, yeah. Well, both Wanda and Vision act differently in the show, depending on the sitcom.
Because it's weird, because she seems to have control of things, but not have control of things. Like, she is fully reanimated Vision, but she doesn't have control of his thought process.
Yeah, that's because he's
discovering. And it's the same
because he's not organic. He's not organic, I don't think. With all of the other living people, because she can, she's a telepath, so she can control them. But because he's not actually living organic tissue with a brain, she can't control him the way that she does everyone else.
All right, fair enough.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Rick, your thoughts, buddy?
Mate, I still think someone's behind.
You're still going with this theory, dude.
She's got she's still creating it, but there's just there's still like little elements here and there, like, the whole thing. Catherine Hahn's character.
Agnes.
The kids were like little, and then all of a sudden they're
which they chose to do.
Right, and then they moved to 10, and she was standing right behind them.
Oh yeah, but the kids are doing it themselves.
Yeah, kids are doing it themselves.
Weird.
Oh no, I know what you're saying about Agnes. Yeah, Wanda has
nothing. Yeah,
yeah. Like we said before, Wanda clearly Agnes. There is definitely some sort of relationship going on there because Wanda's so accepting of Agnes.
Yeah.
In fact, to let her guard down in front of Agnes.
But then who sent her brother? She's saying that she didn't send him. She's saying, I didn't ring the doorbell.
Well, yeah, you're right.
The whole thing was, she's going, I didn't. And then when she looked at him. Yeah,
but whether we could trust what Wanda really, I mean, she's not making conscious good decisions at the moment, is she?
No, not at all.
She's been making some pretty messed up choices of late. Who's to say she even understands what she's really doing herself? But anyway, Rick, I think it's time for our second game show of the evening and a brand new one.
Yes.
That we pumped out just to make it even because it felt like I was bashing on Rick week after week with how well does Rick know the MCU.
Here we go.
So we premiere tonight. Does Jason really know when movies were made? See how bad that Photoshop job is? Look at that Photoshop. Horrible.
Gross.
Horrible.
Wait, is that the picture of Kevin Smith from Cop Out? That's awesome.
That is because honestly, it was the only director that had kind of my body shape at the time. So it was an easy fit, so to speak. Now, all right. So the game is Rick's got 5 movies. He's going to throw them at me, and I'm going to tell him what year they were released.
Now we're gonna. Do we specify what years that we were doing, Jace? From.
Oh yes, I did set some parameters because I didn't want him picking up some bullshit 1930s German expressionistic crap. So I said from 1973 onwards is the parameter for every film from 73 onwards. It's an easy premise. Here's your chance, Rick. See if you can stump me, mate. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna go easy, and then we're gonna have. I reckon we've got a couple of twists. All right.
Okay, go.
The Hitcher, Rutger Hauer.
1987.
Oh!
86. 86.
What's your answer?
86.
86 is correct. I thought you were going to go 87 there, Jay.
I think I probably saw it 87, but it's an 86 release.
All right. Second one.
You were nice to me that first time. Thank you.
Escape from LA.
1996.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. For Your Eyes Only, or Roger Moore, James
1981,
Bond.
my friend.
Correct, Jace. 3 for 3.
There we go.
American Graffiti.
1973. The year of my
Correct.
birth.
Correct. Ooh, Jace. And the last one, Godfather Part 2.
1974, mate. And that, I would say, would be a full house.
Ah, there it is.
How do you know? That's insane.
There it is. My first round of does Jason really know when movies were made? And clearly the answer is yes.
Yeah. I thought you had with the Hitcher there. I thought you were going to go with the Hitcher, but you came back.
You almost had me with that one. That's
very cool, Jace. There you go.
All right. Let's get back into Wandavision. Fucking Rain Man. Yes, mate. What can I say? I know my stuff.
Diego's got a comment as well, Jace.
Yeah, Diego, what's he got to say? Wanda is still learning how to control her powers. If I'm not wrong, Wanda can't control people's minds, but she can cast spells and implant illusions into people's minds.
Okay.
Well, okay, Wanda, the only thing I would say there, Diego, is I think Wanda does know how to control her powers. I think she's lost control of her powers. I don't think she's learning. I mean, I suppose there is an argument that, yeah, she probably doesn't know the full capability of her power, but I think she had a good, pretty well reasonable, grasp on, maybe not in Civil War when she destroyed a couple of floors of a building, but yeah, if I'm not wrong, Wanda can't control people's minds, but she is controlling minds, though, isn't it? What do you guys think?
Well,
she was just using illusions in the earlier movies, but it seems like in this show that she's definitely just controlling people.
She has to be.
Yeah.
The whole scene with Vision doing the thing, and then he's back to normal. He's,
you have to move over.
She'll have to be controlling minds.
Surely. Yeah. Well, who knows? I was going to try this. Like this camera view. I don't. I'm going back to this one. Here we go. Anyway, that's a good point. Where do we go next? Where is the show going? Come on, I want predictions. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like settings of the sitcom, or like what's going to happen in future episodes? Like, what do you mean?
Well, where do you think?
Because we've just had 80s.
Just had 80s, right?
Was that full 80s? Or do we go into 90s a bit?
No,
when did the internet come in? Because he goes, let's surf the internet.
Yeah. The internet technically was around in the late 80s in universities and stuff like that. It wasn't mainstream to the 90s. But Rick, what computer system were they using? Commodore 64. Man, I never had a modem for mine. I must have been poor.
That was the whole
I don't ever remember the Commodore 64 ever connected to the internet when I was a kid. That's for sure. So.
But going on there, you got to give it to them for the props because everything just looks authentic for that time period. To get those computers.
Yeah, absolutely. We got any more comments, Rick? I think I was getting some popping through. Thomason 202 says, "Bro, I don't know if I'm tripping, but if you look at 33 minutes 23 seconds, there's a red hand you see behind Wanda, the mirror in the back,
in the mirror."
Well, I'm not going to argue.
For real?
Dude, you're either on some really awesome weed or you got my attention. I'm going to go back and have a look at that. I can't right now, but 33 minutes.
23.
Was it 33 minutes 23? I'll have a look.
That's massive. I bet you it says like, okay, what I'm talking about prediction is how the hell are they going to explain Evan Peters next week?
Oh man.
What are we getting here? I mean, what are we really getting here? Are we getting?
It's multiverse, isn't it? It has to be. Like, what other?
Is that what we're getting?
Like, what other? Well, obviously, because by the end of this leads into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So at some point during this series, it has to lead into
Spider-Man 3, Josh, just to be technical.
Yeah, but Wanda's in Doctor Strange, is she not?
Yes,
that's correct. Yeah.
Well, and if the rumors are true, where we've got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire coming back for Spider-Man 3, that also means multiverse, does it not?
Yes.
So it has to be multiverse.
Because they just cracked the egg wide open, because we thought they were cracking the egg open in regards to connecting old Sony Spider-Mans, but have they fucking really done this, guys? Have they literally gone? We're bringing in. It
seems like they are. Yeah, it seems like they are.
Like we're just gonna completely envelop the entire everything ever done in Marvel Universe under the MCU umbrella. I mean, that's a ballsy thing to try to do.
If they can
because we're all thinking the X-Men; those X-Men are done.
They are done, yeah. I think Evan Peters being in it is just a way to show that.
Can you imagine? Sorry.
No, go on. You're right.
Can you imagine if they decided to bring her father into this? Because you know where that leads, don't you?
Magneto? No way.
No.
Why couldn't? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, why couldn't they? If they're going to crack that egg open, if they're going to say, but which Magneto do you get? Do you get Ian McKellen or you get
Ian got?
Dude.
No.
Do you know, I'd read a story actually only recently that apparently early on in the MCU, well, not early, I think early on in the Disney buyout of Fox, whatever, there's a rumor that Kevin Feige spoke to Patrick Stewart about
to come back as first.
They're coming back.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's too old for that. But
Hugh Jackman also said that he's done. Is that right? Yeah. Hugh Jackman's done, so there's no chance of seeing him as Wolverine again.
No, so there won't be any Deadpool movie.
No. But hey, look,
that's a shame.
Chris Evans said he was done, and he's coming back.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a fair point.
It depends how loud the beep is, the do do do, and how big that money truck is.
Yeah, fair point.
So the louder the beep, the bigger the money truck, and that might actually.
I reckon they might do an appearance, maybe it's like a little
special appearance.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, my head went to the opening of the Love Boat when they have special guest stars. Only old people get that joke. Anyway,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The comments are going off here, Rick. What's going on?
We got. I have a lot more theories about the show. Many directions. Yeah, look, it's such a delicious show to do that, though. It just feeds into the conspiracy or the conceptual ideas you can go with this show. So, wow. I'm really curious, but I'm really want to go back to this 3323. I really want to check this out with this red.
Yeah, I'll go back in a minute and see if it's actually there.
Yeah, the guys
if it is,
go slow-mo for it. So we'll have to
slow-mo for it. We have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, overall, I mean, I'm saying this every week, guys, and I suppose I've got to say it again. This is the best episode yet. And the reason for that, it drove the story forward in a way that was, and in the balance that I said what would happen last week, and even said to you, Josh, privately. Yeah, they could not now go with full episodes. Because you've exposed the outside reality, you have to go. The show has to go back and forth between the sitcom reality and the normal reality, and they've found a beautiful balance in doing this. The storytelling is just excellent by Marvel. And like I said, what a great show, because you answered so many questions, I thought, in this episode, and we're asking many more by the end of it as well. Yeah. So it's definitely it's heading somewhere, and but man, like, I'm just so surprised, so shocked. Before we do have a look at it, hang on, what's he said? They're giving us so much material to make a million of theories, so many questions. I'm loving it. So am I. So am I. You know,
it's so good.
If someone says to me, fan service, this show is fan service, damn straight it is. And I'll tell you what, nothing to be ashamed of.
Fan service is a good thing.
It's a great
thing. Anyone that says fan service is a negative thing for anything, it's like they don't understand the concept of fan service.
I'm right with you. There's just it's an incredible television show. I mean, Okay, to wrap it up, Rick, what was your thought of the episode?
It was a great episode. I wouldn't say up now. The highlights.
Give me the highlights.
The highlights for me, I just loved. You can see that when Wanda came out of the dome, what do you want to call it? She came out and she was just the anger that someone interfered and threw that missile into her to obviously hurt her kids, because her kids were there and her. That's when you could see that she was like just on the edge of snapping. So, but I still reckon someone's still on the puppet. Yeah, loved it. So,
Josh, wrap it up. Give me some highlights.
Well, I think for me, my favorite scene is when Vision was at work, and then he has the interaction with Norm, and then uses his powers on Norm to help him snap out of it. And you see that that Wanda really is just pushing down someone's consciousness and then overriding them. And Vision is now just starting to realize this, and then comes home and the whole argument between them, where Vision just snaps, was insane. I really do enjoy that scene. This probably is my favorite episode.
Yeah,
and and I like how it goes from the sitcom to the reality, because after those first 3 episodes, you really did need to have that punch back to the real world. Otherwise, we would have no idea what's going on. We could theorize about it, but we would have no idea what was going on. So now I really like the system they've got. It's good.
Fantastic. I absolutely, that scene though too is, and that's what I can't get over, is the fact that he goes, what was the name of that character? I clicked that guy over. Like, I took away your
Norm.
Yeah, Norm. Norm's suffering. He's in pain. And I'm like, this is going to some real. It blows my, because it's a Disney show on a Disney Plus streaming service.
There's some pretty dark themes in this for a Disney show.
Just going for some real mature themes in there. So well done. Like, absolutely brilliant. Can't wait for next week. So guys, thanks for watching our live after show of Wandavision. We'll be doing it every week at the same time again in South Australia. That's right, all the way at the bottom of the planet, 7:30 p.m. You guys can do your research on what other times that is in your part of the world. And that's it, guys. So from me, goodbye from Rick.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you.
See you, dudes.
And we'll see you next week on WandaVision, guys.